Just like Odysseus from the Odyssey was fighting a battle and he was on a journey back home, I am fighting my own battle with my own person and I am on a journey to find myself. Also how from Ada from Cold Mountain lost a loved one and was left with memories and a daughter of her own lover. I as well lost a loved one and now I am left with a wonderful family that assumed the role of my mother. My journey began when I was born on September 1st, 1999 in Memorial Hospital in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. My journey has had a lot of ups and downs and I've been through a lot since I was small. When I was 4, my parents separated and me and my mom were left in the streets. And me growing up, I didn't have a father figure. I didn't have somebody to call father, and my father never was there for me. He wasn't there for in my birthdays. He wasn't there in my parent teacher conferences. I always wished I had my father there to see how good I did in school. And now I realize that my mom was my father figure and my mother figure since I was small. I remember back in 2009 when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. This was a really impactful news for me and I didn't know how to react to it. And due to that reason, I started making bad decisions at the age of 10. I remember I was smoking and drinking and I didn't know where I was and I felt confused and that made me make bad decisions. That I started doing bad in school and I started getting bad grades. I started not caring about my grades and passing my grade and I was disrespectful. I would fight with the teachers. I would get kicked out of classes and I was somebody different. And then the teachers never gave up on me. At Segway, they gave me help, they gave me counseling, they sent me to programs. They believed in me and they believed that I could change my attitude because they knew what I was capable of doing. And throughout 2 years, they helped me. Once eighth grade came, I changed my attitude because I knew I was letting my mom down. In all eighth grade, I was getting good grades. And then June 13, 2013 came. That's when I graduated. And I was the most happiest girl ever. I felt accomplished. And to see a smile on my mom's face, that was the best feeling I could ever feel. And until this day, I will never forget the joy in her eyes that I saw. And then, exactly a month after, June 12, 2013, I was in a hospital watching my mom battle with life and death in a bed. And I was there all night. And then June 13, 2013 came at 8:05 a.m. I experienced my mom's passing. That was, I felt in shock. I felt like at that moment my whole life was over and I didn't know what to do. But I knew that I had to be strong for her. And I knew that for the rest of my life this event would impact me. This is when I realized that I had to be independent. I had to mentally grow up and I had to change the way I was and that I couldn't be the teenager I was before. I had a role and that role was to take care of myself. And this is when my mom's family stepped up and they took over my mom's role and they took care of me. And the past 2 years, they have been there for me through everything. The same year my mom passed in 2013, that was the year I was transitioning into high school. I had chosen to go to the green school, which was the best decision I could ever make. Transitioning to high school was really difficult to me, especially because I was going through so much emotionally inside of me. I was a shy girl. I didn't really talk much. I was always in my world, I didn't socialize. I was scared because I was entering a new school where I didn't know nobody. And I was scared to get to know people because I was so shy and intimidated. And all my emotions were so built up that I didn't talk about them. And people didn't realize that I was going through so much at that time. And until teachers started noticing that I wasn't doing as good in my work, but they knew that I was capable of doing good work, but I wasn't fully there because I wasn't fully paying attention to what the teachers were teaching me. And some teachers realized that I was going through stuff in my life, and they sat down with me, and that's when I started opening to my teachers and telling them that I didn't feel right, that I felt like I wasn't there, that I needed my mother because my mother had always been there for me, had always guided me, and had always told me what I needed to do. And I was missing my mom at that point. 10th grade came and I remember I started off the year really good. I had goals for myself. I had told myself that I wanted fours in my grades and I was gonna do my best and I was gonna pay attention. And then it was the middle of the school year and I remember that I started missing my mother and it started hurting me again and I started slacking in school. I started not paying attention as much anymore and my grades started going down and my enthusiasm was low as well. When I start not doing good in school, all I do is I remind myself that the reason why I'm still in school is for my mother. My mother has always been my motivation and she will always be my inspiration. And for my mother's family that they believe in me and they support me every step of my way. My journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. This is my transition to being a young adult. I have a lot more to experience in my future years. I have junior year to experience, and I have senior year, and then I graduate and I'm off to college. My plans are to be somebody in life, and I will experience a lot of obstacles on my way there, but I know I will get there. And this isn't the end, this is just the beginning.